The polar bear is a hypercarnivorous bear whose native range lies largely within the Arctic Circle, encompassing the Arctic Ocean. It is a large bear, approximately the same size as the omnivorous Kodiak bear. Other animals also live in the Arctic with polar bears, and some of them are wolves, walruses, seals, whales, foxes, reindeers. Polar bears have white fur so that they can camouflage into their environment. Their coat is so well camouflaged in Arctic environments that it can sometimes pass as a snow drift. Interestingly, the polar bear's coat has no white pigment. In fact, a polar bear's skin is black and its hairs are hollow. They have a thick layer of body fat, which keeps them warm while swimming, and a double-layered coat that insulates them from the cold Arctic air. To avoid cuts at sharp-edged ice, they are equipped with a particularly thick cornea. Therefore, the polar bear regulates his heat balance by panting like a dog. It is possible that the skin pigmentation has attracted the pigmentation of the tongue too. The tongue is so blue because it is well supplied with blood. Polar bears hunt seals by waiting for them to come to the surface of sea ice to breathe. When the seal nears the surface, the polar bear will bite or grab the seal and pull it onto land to feed. They also eat walruses and whale carcasses. A polar bear is so strong as its whopping bite force of 1,200 pounds per square inch. Polar bears are so strong that they have been known to kill many animals with a signal paw swipe. They are aggressive, curious, and extremely dangerous to humans. A polar bear should never be approached, and if one is spotted, it is best to retreat slowly on foot, preferably indoors, or move away in a vehicle. The polar bear is the most carnivorous member of the bear family, feeding mainly on a diet of ringed seals because they need large amounts of fat to survive. A polar bear's stomach can hold the food equivalent of 15% to 20% of its own body weight, and its digestive system absorbs approximately 84% of the protein and 97% of the fat it consumes. Polar bears live in the Arctic, on ice-covered waters. Polar bears rely on sea ice to access the seals that are their primary source of food, as well as to rest and breed. The total polar bear population is divided into 19 units or subpopulations. 60% of the subpopulations are in Canada. There are 25,000 to 32,000 polar bears in the wild. Polar bears are also the largest species of bear. For bears, height is usually measured at the shoulder when the animal is on all four. On average, polar bears on all fours are 3.5 to 5 feet tall, but when standing on its hind legs, an adult male polar bear may reach more than 10 feet. Lengthwise, they are 7.25 to 8 feet from head to rump. Their tail adds another 5 to 7 inches. A full-grown polar bear weighs as much as 1,000 pounds to 1,400 pounds, but the average weight measures around 850 pounds to 900 pounds. Males attain this much weight when they are 10 years of age. Female polar bears weigh 30% to 40% less weight compared to male. The largest polar bear recorded weighed 2,200 pounds. The polar bear is generally considered the largest bear on Earth. A close second is the brown bear, specifically the Kodiak bear. The Kodiak is a subspecies of the brown bear. Polar bears are considered talented swimmers and can sustain a pace of 6 miles per hour by paddling with their front paws and holding their hind legs flat like a rudder. Their paws are slightly webbed to help them swim. Polar bears are actually classified as marine mammals because they spend most of their lives on the sea ice of the Arctic Ocean. Polar bears are solitary. The animal will spend its days sitting on the ice by a seal-breathing hole, waiting for one to pop up. This style of hunting is called still hunting. Polar bears will also seek out seal lairs, crash through the roof and kill the seals inside. A polar bear can sniff out a seal's breathing hole from more than half a mile away, according to the National Zoo. The bears can smell a seal on the ice 20 miles away. Females usually give birth during the months of November or December, after a gestation of 8 months. In preparation, the animals dig a cave from a snowbank in which to have their cubs. This cave is called a maternity cave or den. Wild polar bears probably live more than 25 years only rarely, but in captivity they have lasted up to 43 years. Despite the harsh winter conditions that batter the polar bear's Arctic home, only females are about to give birth hibernate. Males remain active year-round. However, when food is scarce during warm seasons, polar bears can go a few months without eating. Most polar bears occur north of the Arctic Circle to the North Pole. There are some populations south of the Arctic Circle in the Hudson Bay of Manitoba, Canada. Polar bears live in Alaska, Canada, Russia, Greenland, and some northern islands owned by Norway such as Svalbard. The best climate for polar bears to survive in is the Arctic climate. The winter temperature is around -29 degrees Fahrenheit, but can go as low as -92 degrees Fahrenheit. The polar bear is one of the warm-blooded animals and can maintain its body temperature even in a cold ambient temperature. Its thick fur and a thick layer of fat insulate them against the cold. Moreover, the small blood capillaries, that pass through the layer of fat on the surface of the skin, can be closed in extreme cold. That is how warm blood is kept inside the body. About 150,000 years ago, brown bears living in the Arctic gradually evolved into polar bears. Their fur became thicker and blubber became deposited under the skin to keep them warm and enable them to stay without food for a long time. There was no rich vegetation in the Arctic, so they had to survive on seals. That is where the polar bears remained, because they did not feel the need to travel elsewhere. Thus, these animals are only present in the Arctic. So yeah, this is all today's episode and we will come back with another interesting topic. Hit like, share and comment below if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe for more interesting content.